I say the metaverse, what do you associate it with?
Facebook.
Zuckerberg, Facebook, and Crypto Bros.
Facebook? Zuckerberg.
Loads of people that I've talked to say that the metaverse is a Facebook thing, and I can understand why.
Just a few hours ago, you worked at a company called Facebook. Now it is Meta.
Week, Mark Zuckerberg announced that Facebook, the company, is changing its name to Meta.
Facebook is now Meta.
Today, we're seen as a social media company. But in our DNA, we are a company that builds technology to connect people. And the metaverse is the next frontier.
But here's the dealio. The metaverse is nothing new. Facebook came out with their own metaverse, and with their new Meta rebrand, they're basically just recycling an old thing. But the question is Facebook also going to recycle the old problems that came with the older metaverses as well? But before we get into all of that, let's first focus on what the metaverse really is. Metaverse is a portmanteau and it blends the two words together. Meta, a prefix meaning transcending or more comprehensive, and universe, which is all space and time and their contents. Author Neil Town Stevenson first wrote the word metaverse in his sci-fi novel Snow Crash. The users of his metaverse go through personal terminals that project a high-quality virtual reality display onto goggles worn by the users, or from grainy black and white public terminals and booths. Stevenson mentioned that he used the word because he decided that existing words such as virtual reality were simply too awkward to use. Stevenson's definition describes what we think the metaverse is, which is that you need VR goggles to enter the metaverse. However, today it is more associated with virtual reality that you can have some sort of social connection with, whether or not you have VR goggles. Two of the earliest known versions of the metaverse were both released in 1995. 2D virtual chat room The Palace and Active World, something that looks like Roblox that you have to pay $69.95 as an annual fee to get in. But the more famous version of the early metaverse is Second Life, a free and easy to use 3D platform launched in 2003. And it is wild. Okay, so I've tried Second Life before, and it seems like a more social version of The Sims, something that I'm very familiar with. But what I didn't know back then was that this is considered the metaverse. At its peak in 2013, it had about 1 million active users, and it was extremely popular. Now, not so much, but there are still a few loyal players now. However, there are a lot of problems facing an endless, free-to-use metaverse. So this is my character. I've made it sort of like, I think 2 days ago. I asked Rory to help me choose a username, so that's my username, but let's not concentrate on it. So I'll show you, this is where I guess like people start. This is the world. So you can choose from different templates. So I chose the Harry Styles template. You can choose like all other sorts like this, like bunny girl. You can also be a vampire. It takes a while to load as well, so if it looks like you have no legs, that's not on purpose. So you can edit your height, you can make anything in the metaverse. You can make yourself as anything. So you make yourself as tall as you want or as short as you want. I'll make myself as short as I want. And then you can do things like more body fat. It's kind of cute. You can hover above the ground. Let's not hover too far. You can change the size of the head. Okay, so Robux for $69.69 is going across this so-called shopping mall that you can spend something called Linden dollars, which is kind of the same as something like Robux or whatever kind of like free-to-play game money that you put in a game. So it's kind of like that, but except it's the metaverse, you know? Technically Roblox is the metaverse, but this is kind of like one of the first. So it's like, it's free to play, but if you want like extra stuff like that golden carriage over there, you have to spend actual money for it. it's not just empty shopping malls and empty worlds that you can visit. There's also empty sex clubs you can visit. So for example, this mall is rated moderate for M for moderate. There are different kinds of ratings that you go to. They don't really check your age, but you can go to sus places. Let's try and find some. Okay, so there's options, pose options. Solo, couple, threesome, RLV, give cuffs, design, adjust, swap, and options. Horny. Yeah, great. There's a position called so hot. That's me. Okay, so, you know, these are things that you can do if you change the maturity rating. I need to go back. How do I stop? These sex dungeons are really easily accessible. Because it's a ghost town and nobody's regulating it or anything, this is, I guess, what happens. And I think it would be a lot more, maybe unsafe if there are more people. What the? Oh! Someone's doing the D. I mean, yeah, you can meet and talk to people virtually. You can create your own avatar. You can buy and rent properties there. You can do virtually anything that you'd want in a metaverse. But a huge problem is also how easy it is to do super kinky sex stuff there. It's like a sex chat amongst real people, but for your Sims. There are age restrictions and stuff, but a lot of them seem worryingly unregulated. People also lost interest in Second Life by 2017, seeing a decline to about 800,000 active users just 4 years after its peak. Now, it's a wasteland, a ghost town. Plus, it looks super ugly now in 2022. But the metaverse obviously didn't end with the decline of Second Life. With modern technology, it has grown. One platform that fits like a glove is VR Chat, which you can download with Steam on PC. You can use a mixed reality headset with the gloves if you want the experience to be seamless. But you can also just go around with your PC screen like me, blindingly dropping items, trying to figure out how to hold things. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh.
Damira,
Okay.
the Metaverse Destroyer.
I am so... Is that what you're gonna call me now? Oh no! They're calling me Zamira the Metaverse Destroyer because of how things I... Okay, let's sit here and like let's chat some more. Showing me around this metaverse is Cyber Nerd Baby and Space Joe, AR and VR creators who are kind enough to show me around the metaverse. And I felt like a kid in a candy store. Thank you. Wow, it feels like I'm actually eating.
I just put it on the table, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks...
on the table.
I think this is scanned, so it looks very
Oh,
realistic.
it looks
At
like
least for us.
It looks like
here.
a Studio Ghibli food. What is that? It looks like a salmon
Yeah,
don.
there is a Studio Ghibli here.
Really?
Yeah, there's
We
a
should
studio.
go!
Yeah, absolutely.
In VR Chat, you're able to visit multiple worlds created by individual creators who let players access them for free. But that level of access, as cool as it is, can come with the same problems we face in Second Life. A BBC News researcher found that after posing as a 13-year-old girl on VR Chat itself, witnessed grooming, sexual material, racist insults, and a rape threat in the virtual reality world. One man told the researcher that avatars can get naked and do unspeakable things. Others talked about erotic role play. So, how do we learn from our mistakes and make sure that these things don't happen again?
We saw this happen when Meta launched Horizon World, which is available in only in America and Canada.
Yeah.
What happened was, I think like a week right after it was launched, and then there was news circulating that a female user was harassed in the virtual world.
Yeah.
So this, sparked a lot of interesting dialogues about who is supposed to, like as you said, control or manage this kind of behaviors and all.
Horizon Worlds is basically Meta's version of the metaverse. It's just like VR Chat. a free-to-use open universe with little worlds made by individual creators.
But the thing is, like, even in VR chat, right? There is always an option where you can turn on to, let's say, if someone is harassing you or disturbing you, you can block that
You
person
can block them,
or
and they will just
silence that
disappear.
person. In a real world situation, that you will always come across someone who may potentially harm you. There's always a security feature which you can turn on, and if someone were to disturb you, you can block them. As you were saying, would there be corporations who will be creating such laws and such? We are not sure how this would go, but the fundamentals of a metaverse is that there should not be one person or one organization controlling the entire virtual world.
But isn't Facebook one organization? One corporation? According to The Verge, Meta is eventually going to add things for Horizon Worlds, like for events and for workrooms. But for now, they aim to just entice people to join the platform before, and I quote, monetization is added. But doesn't this seem familiar? In 2021, whistleblower Frances Haugen revealed that Facebook over and over again chose to optimize for its own interests, like making more money. But sure, Meta's a corporation, right? So it's just doing what other corporations do. Make money. But something like social media and the metaverse is so big and so widely used by almost everyone in the entire world. You know, Facebook, social media, it's all part of life now. And one whole corporation regulating everything like how Meta regulates Facebook, that's a terrible idea. Frances Haugen in 2021 revealed that the Facebook algorithm is used easily to spread hate, violence, and misinformation.
Content that is hateful, that is divisive, that is polarizing, it's easier to inspire people to anger than it is to other emotions. Facebook has realized that if they change the algorithm to be safer, people will spend less time on the site, they'll click on less ads, they'll make less money.
With all this crap Facebook faced with little to no consequence, how is Meta's metaverse going to be any different? Especially since I can't find anything on what Meta plans to do with Horizon Worlds besides just to make money. How is this metaverse going to be any different? There are also the same sort of problems that arise on other metaverse-like platforms, Roblox for example. It is a popular platform widely used by the younger generation right now. Last year, Roblox had to work on developing more content ratings on their games after there are reports of some games that let players simulate sex or engage in raunchy talk. Thankfully, it is more regulated now, but it took them 15 years since Roblox's release date in 2006 to announce that they're doing more regulations.
Green light. Red light.
Oh. The metaverse is right in front of our noses, and your kids are already knee-deep in it. So yeah, it's exciting, but also very worrying. The metaverse has always been there, stemmed from our desire to want to connect with people all around the world, and to forget our worries, our stresses, our deadlines, and all other problems that we face in this world. As borders have started to reopen, I thought that we have no need for the metaverse. I can see my friends and family whenever I want, so why do we need the metaverse now?
Maybe you don't really need it, but people who are bound to wheelchairs, who have partners abroad, who have friends across the world, they will still need it. People want to keep connected with everyone. I mean, you say, why do you need Facebook? Just go and hang out with your family members. The metaverse is actually nothing new. It's continuing the tradition of social media.
So the metaverse, it seems like, is not going away. It's going to be ever-changing. So the metaverse that you knew back then, the metaverse that you know now, and the metaverse that you will know in the future will not be the same.
It's like the smartphones. Can you tell me where smartphones became at its peak?
That's also very
it's
true.
Just part of our life now.
Facebook didn't invent the metaverse or break any mold with it. But I also am excited to see where we will be with more mixed reality headsets being made and with more platforms and infrastructures being built. I mean, we still have a long way to go, but as we get deeper and deeper in, I just hope that us as users, as well as our children, will learn from our mistakes of past metaverses. Well, thank you so much for watching. What did you think of the video? Let me know in the comments. Like and dislike the video. It's up to you what your decision is. Also, subscribe to Soijinsha if you haven't, and yeah, click the bell icon if you want to be one of the first people to watch our new videos. That's it for me. Bye-bye.